Hi, Stoughton. This is Steve Cavey, Select Board member from the town of Stoughton. I'm also the Vice Chair. I'm going to give you guys a quick rundown of our meeting tonight. Tonight was August 11th, 2020. Just before I go on, I want to remind everybody that if you look down below in the description, you'll find links to the meeting from SMAC, the full meeting, minutes when they become available. You can also find the agenda there, a link to the agenda, and there's also an anonymous suggestion box. If there's anything you'd like to share with me anonymously, feel free. I have to give you a little bit of a warning ahead of time that it's now after midnight. We had a real marathon session tonight, so at some point I might become incoherent. I apologize ahead, but I'm also going to try and keep this pretty brief. We had a great meeting though. So we had we started off with the usual stuff: some citizen comments, select board member comments, and town manager comments. Feel free to watch those. There's only one I'm going to highlight right now, which was part of the town manager comments, which is that the plans for the Malcolm Parson lot in downtown have been submitted and by the developer, which is a huge milestone. They're now going to the planning board, and with the planning boards, once they've completed their assessment of it, we will be moving forward, hopefully with some construction, demolition and construction in the coming months. But they have a lift now. They've got to work through those documents and fulfill their obligations. But this is a gigantic milestone. We're really moving forward in a big way. So go through it. We had a couple of public hearings today. There was an application for lodging license at 820 Washington Street that was approved. We had an application for all alcohol license, common viculars license, and entertainment license for the Stoughton House of Brews. As people may know, the building was in the business were bought, and they're looking to start business, start serving people as best they're able. And first of all, I just wanted to say that they, the previous owners, Leo and Sam Fay, have just absolutely done a spectacular job creating a business that was really meaningful to the public at large, and it's very sad to me, just very distressing to see him go and to have them make the decision to sell their business, and that's there's a lot of losses as we go through COVID-19. This was a big one, I think, for our community, and it is to me very distressing. But the new owners are looking to do some really great work. They're sticking pretty close, I think, to the formula, and they're working, I think, with Leo and Sam to expand. I know they're looking to do a lot of sort of farm fresh menus, items, and that they are looking to source all of their as best they are able to, all of their ingredients locally, which is pretty amazing. So I'm excited to see what they put together, and hopefully we'll be able to all enjoy some time down at the House of Brews again. So the next was application to erect a pole, which was Central Street pole 7250. So National Grid was looking to basically put another pole in, and I think the effort is to try to make it a little harder for us to lose power, and we'll see how that goes. But the next, so that was approved, and so those were the public hearings. Those were the three that we did. All of them were approved unanimously. Next was a recommendation by, it was a recommendation from Detective Sergeant O'Connor, who's a safety officer. There's an area on K-Way, Willow Street that was has a lot of issues with parking. There's vehicles that are being parked on the side of the road in an area where there shouldn't be cars parked, and there's a lot of them don't have license plates, probably from local businesses and whatnot. And so he had some recommendations of ways of preventing that. He had 5 altogether. 4 of them, the first 4 we accepted, and we voted unanimously to approve. The fifth was just to put a physical barrier there, and he was recommending a fence, a wood fence. And so I imagine that's not going to be a problem either, but we do want to see what the cost of that would be before we move forward. And so we'll get some details on that added to a future agenda, and I suspect that will probably pass as well. Okay, then we had two presentations. First was from Pam McCarthy, Director of Economic Development. She gave us some information about the Stoughton Micro Enterprise Assistance Program and the current update. It actually happened pretty early in the meeting, so if you want to see it, it happened, I think, shortly after the town manager's comments. We had to move it a little bit because we had some time to kill before the public hearing. And the last item that we discussed in the public session it was discussion for temporary activation of outside dining, and we're looking. This was presented by Pam McCarthy, but also John Charbonneau, who's the town planner. They work through a number of things, but one of the main components that they're looking at right now is putting dining in public municipal lots, municipal properties. And the lot right in downtown, we own one that's just in front of what used to be a hardware store, referred to as, it was Pachico's hardware store a while ago. There's a public lot that's almost never used, or rarely used, but they're looking to convert some of that land, some of that space into outdoor dining and allow service there, including maybe food trucks or something similar to that. And they were looking just to discuss that, but also there were a couple of months ago approved some of this as well, some things regarding outdoor dining, and there were a couple of items that they wanted added to that as well. It was a great discussion. It's near the end. If you guys want to check it out, it was I think both John and Pam have really done a great job following this plan and coming up with creative ways of solving some of the town's problems, and also problems that local businesses are struggling with. So I endless praise from me. They've done a great job working through that, very creative solutions. So hopefully we'll see more of that. The last item on the agenda, we also covered this up near the front of the meeting, was the consent agenda. It's kind of long, so I'll read through it, but I'll read through it quickly. So we had the payroll and bills, always do that. We had a one-day all alcohol license application for J&G Hillside Grill, which is the Cedar Hill Golf Course. And they were looking for 30 one-day alcohol licenses to bridge the gap between now and when they get their permanent annual all alcohol license, which should be probably within that time frame. Water connection application for residents. We had an interagency grant agreement with Stoughton Housing Authority for implementation of COVID-19 Emergency Housing Relief Fund. Approve the state primary warrant. So when we're voting just the primary ballots, we approved that. And there's also an approval of open session minutes of 7/21 and 7/28. So that covers all the items of the regular session. We also had an executive session. I'll read through what was discussed in those. We had item A, consider the purchase, exchange, lease, or value of real property pursuant to General Laws, Chapter 30A, Section 21A6, 31 Porter Street, Post Office Site, and 42 Wyman Street, Train Depot. Item B, discuss strategy with respect to negotiation with non-union personnel pursuant to General Law, Chapter 30A, Section 21A2, Town Manager. Item C, approve executive session minutes for 7/21 and 7/28. And that was that. I did it. So I appreciate you guys listening all the way through this. I'm glad I was able to get through it all. Be well. Thank you so much for the opportunity to be a select board member for the town. It's been an absolutely amazing experience, and I appreciate your trust in me to serve in that role. So if you need anything, reach out. You can call, write, email. I've also got the anonymous suggestion box down below, just to reach out, because it's your town. We're just trying to make it do the things you guys want to do. Anyway, have a great night and a great morning. I'll talk to you all soon. Bye-bye.